Good morning. My name is Kevin Wagner, and I'm the Code Enforcement Special Magistrate for today's hearing. I want to begin by explaining how this process is going to work. I will hear the building cases, code cases on the agenda first, and the city will call the cases as they appear on the agenda. If you've appeared at today's hearing, your case will call before those cases where no one has appeared, but that is only true if you have signed in at the back of the room. So if you have not signed in, please ask one of the code officers at the rear of the room and they will get you signed in. Once your case is called, I will ask that you come to the podium on my right-hand side, which is over here. The city will put its testimony and evidence on first, after which time you will have an opportunity to review that evidence and ask any questions of any of the city's witnesses. You will also have an opportunity to testify and present me with any of your own evidence. Once all the testimony and evidence has been completed, I will make a ruling. I will enter written order either today at the hearing or in the next few days, which you will receive a copy of. If you have any questions as we go through the process, please feel free to ask them. This is not a formal courtroom. The formal rules of evidence do not apply here. Now, although this is not a formal courtroom, all testimony given today is under oath under penalty of perjury. So if you're going to testify or think that you may testify, I'm going to ask that you stand, raise your right hand, and I will swear you in. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be truthful and accurate under penalty of perjury under the laws of the state of Florida? Yes, sir. Please be seated, and the city can call their first case.
First case number 1-1535 Center Park Drive North, CE 21090192, number 1-1535 Center Park Drive North.
Go ahead, sir.
Good morning, Tom Moore, Development Services. The hotel over in Center Park was resurfaced, restriped without a permit. The hotel told me that they had, included money for the permitting in the contract, but it never took place. So, red tag was issued on September 16th, 21, and they didn't respond. We sent certified mail. It was returned. Was hand delivered on November 26th. That date's not right. It was October 26th, and posted there at the site.
So notice for this hearing was sent by certified mail and hand delivered?
Yes.
Have you had any contact with the owners of this property?
I'm sorry, what?
Have you had any contact with the owners of this property?
Well, the hotel manager was the one who brought it to our attention. Not the contractor, no.
What is the city asking for here?
30 days to get a permit or $50 a day.
Is 30 days a sufficient amount of time to get a permit in this case?
Yeah, you can do 60 if you'd like.
I'm just asking, based on the city's procedure.
It depends when they, what they do with it. 30 is enough if they respond.
Okay. And what fine is the city seeking?
I'm sorry?
What fine are you seeking?
$50 a day.
All right, in case CE 21090192, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient. I find the property in violation of Code Section 105.1. Respondent has 30 days to bring the property into compliance, or a fine of up to $50 per day may issue.
Number 2-412 Nathan Hale Road, CE 21070383, number 2-412 Nathan Hale Road.
Good morning.
Go ahead, sir.
This is a residence, 412 Nathan Hale. They were issued a stop work order for installing a new fence without a permit and interior and exterior renovations. And they were issued the stop work order on 7/29/21, given an extension on 8/30/21. And the notice of violation was mailed on 11/4 and was posted on the same date. And they have applied for a fence permit, but has not been approved. The interior renovations and exterior renovations have not been addressed to this point, no permit, no nothing. I have no contact with any of the owners or anything, so.
Tell me, what are the interior and external
Well, you can
renovations?
see as you can see there, all the stuff was thrown out. There's a water heater that was installed on the outside. And then since then, I've been back when I put the notice of violation, and they have installed a brand-new air conditioner, central air conditioner. I could see it outside. It's not on those pictures, but there's a water heater.
And notice was sent by certified mail,
Yes,
and it was posted at the property?
yes.
Have you had any contact with the owner?
No contact. Nobody has called me or anything.
And what remedy is the city seeking?
Well, I mean, the fence permit hasn't been approved, but that's besides the point. I mean, there are two separate permits on this. So I would say 60 days and then $50 a day after that.
Is anyone here on behalf of the respondent? All right, in case CE 2107038, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient. I find the property in violation of 105.1 and 110.3. Respondent has 60 days to come into compliance, or a fine of $50 per day may issue.
13251 Linda Lane, CE 21070-157, number 13251 Linda Lane.
Good morning. Richard Pasmino, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. This property was cited on October 20th. Certified mail was sent October 21st.
Is somebody signed in on this case?
No, I'm sorry, Magistrate. This officer needs to leave, might need to leave, so we're going to call his cases first, if that's okay.
That's okay. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I have 3. Certified mail was sent October 21st. It was returned October 28th. In addition, City Hall and the property were posted October 25th. This property was cited for 18106B, excessive growth, and 94305E, visibility triangle obstruction. I had a little bit of contact with the owner, who said she would have it trimmed, the bush. They trimmed it a bit, but it's still in violation. The hedge is clearly in the visibility triangle. And you can't see past the white line where the stop sign is.
Can't see the stop sign.
Barely. There's some more angles. That's a different house. The city is recommending 30 additional days for this property to come into compliance, or we're asking for a $100 a day fine.
You said you did service by certified mail and posting?
Yes.
And this hearing was noticed by certified mail and posting?
Yes, it was sent October 21st, posted October 20th.
Is anyone here on behalf of the respondent? All right, in case CE 21070-157, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient. I find the property in violation of 18106B and 94305E. Respondent has 30 days to come to compliance, or a fine of $100 per day may issue.
Number 14936 Macintosh Street, CE 211000278.
Richard Pasmino, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. This property was cited October 20th. Certified mail was sent out October 21st, sign received October 25th. In addition, the property and City Hall were both posted on October 25th. This property was cited for landscape maintenance, trees, hedges obstructing the right-of-way, clean up to the center of the right-of-way, unpaved parking, and outdoor storage. Upon reinspection yesterday, I did meet the owner, and as of today, the only remaining violation is the outdoor storage, 9471C. All other violations have been complied. He understands that it can't be stored out there, that couch and the paint and all the outside storage. The city's recommending 14 additional days to comply outdoor storage, or we're asking for a $50 a day fine.
So the only thing remaining is the paint and that couch in the picture?
Yeah, outdoor storage right there.
They understand that they have 14 days to get this?
Yes.
All right, in case CE 211-00278, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient. I find the property in violation of 9471C. Respondent has 14 days to come into compliance or fine of $50 per day, Master.
Number 15, 5503 Hobart Avenue, CE 211-00304.
Richard Pasmino, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. This property was cited on October 23rd. Certified mail was sent out October 25th. It was signed and received October 28th. In addition, the property and City Hall were both posted October 25th. This property was cited for landscape maintenance, unpaved parking, obstruction of the right-of-way, and prohibited vehicle parked on the property. I've had no contact with the owner of this property. As of today, 78-1, obstruction of the right-of-way, has complied. All the other violations remain. That commercial vehicle is still being parked and stored on the property, and it looks like they put down crushed rock where the vehicle was parked on grass. So it's still out of compliance. The city is recommending 30 additional days to comply the remaining violations, or we're asking for $150.
That has to be paved or sodded.
It can't be parked there at all, and that's a landscaped area that they put rocks.
Yeah, they'd have to change the... Yeah. Yeah, that's not an easy solution to that. Either way, you can't park the truck.
No,
So you say you've had no contact?
no contact.
Was the right-of-way issue parking across the sidewalk?
Yeah, those vehicles blocking the sidewalk right there.
Okay. And what remedy is the city seeking?
30 additional days or a fine of $150 a day.
All right, in case CE 211-00304, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient. I find the property in violation of 944462, 9442A, 9447B1. Respondent has 30 days to come to compliance or fine of $150 per day, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Number 10, 345 30th Street, CE 211-00394. Number 10, 345 30th Street.
Good morning.
Go ahead, sir.
Good morning. All righty. Joe Patrick, West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. This case in reference to an apartment building that has been without hot water in different areas of the building on and off for the past several months. I first started receiving complaints from tenants about the building not having hot water back in May. The tenants were under the impression that the problem was being addressed and that a few days later the hot water would be turned on. That seems to be a pattern over the past several months, where it'll be off in certain parts of the building for a little while. It'll turn back on, they'll call me back and say it's back on, so a notice of violation wouldn't be issued. However, it's just gone on too long at this point. On October 27th, I received an additional call from a tenant, Carly, in Unit 308. She advised her hot water was once again not working. I met with her in the unit the morning of October 28th, the next day. By then, the hot water was working again. Carly resides primarily in California, and she couldn't be here today. However, I do have two tenants here who would like to speak on the hot water situation as well, Blair and Carly. I'm sorry, Blair and Desiree. I posted a notice of violation at the property in City Hall that day, October 28th. The notice of violation gave 10 days to comply by consistently providing hot water to all units in the building. I spoke to the property manager, Ben, on a few occasions, who's present here today. Regarding the violation, he and I have been in communication a few times since the notice of violation issued. Since, a few days ago, again, I continue to get calls from tenants saying that the hot water goes on and off. The check of the city records revealed permits were issued back on October 7th to at least start resolving the issue. Plumbing permits were issued, however, the issue still remains. I spoke with the chief plumbing inspector, Attilio Belisle, who was going to be here today to testify. However, he had a mandatory class that he had to be in this morning at 9 o'clock, and he couldn't. He did give me a written statement of what needs to be done to bring the property to compliance, but what he described is it's a quick fix. There's some electrical permits that need to be applied for, as well as some gas permits. Because there's no hot water, the city is considered an emergency, and those permits could be, the work could be started without those permits as long as the chief inspectors give permission to do so, and then the permitting process could go from there. So according to Attilio Belial, the chief plumbing inspector, this could be resolved within 24 hours. This issue would be resolved within 24 hours.
How long has this been going on?
Since May.
And you said you spoke to the property manager?
I have, yeah, Ben and I have been in contact. He's
Assume
present.
they're not here today?
I'm sorry, sir?
The property manager's not here today?
No, he's here. The property manager's here, and then there's also some tenants here that could speak a little bit more clearly on the situation of what they've experienced in their
Sir,
apartment.
can you tell me your name, please?
Yeah, my name is Ben Noon.
I'm sorry, one more time, a little slower.
Ben, and last name is Noon.
Noon?
Yes, N-O-O-N.
Okay. Mr. Noon, you're the property manager of the property?
I'm working with Diana as well. She's the the second property manager.
Ma'am, can you tell me your name?
Yes, full name is Viridina.
Can you speak into the mic?
Viridiana. I'm sorry, Viridiana Tirado.
All right, one more time.
No problem. Viridiana Tirado.
Okay, and you're also a property manager?
Yes.
So tell me what's going on here and why is it taking so long to get hot water to your tenants?
Well, we're working on it right now. There is a permit that was filed on the beginning of October, and we're almost there. Meanwhile, every time when something is broke, we're calling a plumber to fix it. Sometimes it takes a few days to find a part because of the crisis with the chain supply. I can show you 3 invoices that we pay between the problem was occurred until now, and according to now, yesterday the issue was fixed, so there is a hot water for the building.
No, special measure, what's happening is the temporary fixes are occurring. Okay, it's not addressing the actual problem. There's 3 tanks that have been installed on the side of the building, and according to the inspector that I spoke to, Attilio Belial, additional work has to be done. There has to be mechanisms hooked up to heat those tanks through electrical, and there's also some gas permits that need to be obtained. Now, that work can be done because it's an emergency within, according to Attilio, the plumbing inspector, chief plumbing inspector, within 24 hours. Okay, so it shouldn't take this long to get hot water. What they're doing is a temporary fix that lasts for a few days, and then it goes out again. A temporary fix has happened, and it goes out again. It's not being addressed properly.
So the city doesn't think you're fixing this permanently, that you're just doing temporary fixes?
I don't know if it's temporarily, but every time, for this building, there is 2 heating system. One of the building is the 30 units. That's what we're doing right now with the gasless tank. And a few days ago, the other 8 villas outside, their water heater was going bad. So it was a bad thermostat. It took us like 2 to 3 days to find it out of states. We expedited the delivery. And according to yesterday, it's working. It's back working again. So we have
So you do not agree with the city's assertion that you need to do
We're trying
some...
our best. That's the reason we filed the permit at the beginning of October. So I got picture. We're almost done with the project.
So you don't think there's anything left to do, that you've done everything you need to do?
At this moment, we was trying to react as soon as possible every time when a problem is occurred. So sometimes it takes like 3 to 4 or 5 days sometimes. I'm not saying we're right.
Yeah, I'm not a plumbing expert, but hot water shouldn't be going off every few days.
It's 2 different systems for the building. So one system was going off, we fixed it.
I recognize that, and I don't want to get into the minutia of the systems that you have, because I'm not a plumber and I don't know that. But I do know that it's not typical for hot water to be going off on a periodic basis and having to be fixed all the time. So that sounds like there's something more significant that's wrong. But you don't agree that that's true?
Again, the fact is it was happening 3 times since May, so it's happened more oftenly. That's the reason we was filed for a permit. And we're going to create 3 heat system in the building, so in the future, in case of one of them is fail, we're going to have 2 more to operate.
I don't understand. So they say they filed for a permit in October. Or do we have record of that permit? And is the city of the position that permit is sufficient to address the issue?
It's not enough. A plumbing permit was applied for, was obtained back on October 7th to do the plumbing work. According to the chief plumbing inspector, again, who couldn't be here today because of a mandatory class, I just spoke to him this morning, again, regarding this situation. there's some heating mechanisms that there's new tanks installed on the building. There's 3 new tanks installed on the building. Some heating mechanisms need to be attached, activated to heat the water in those tanks. Additional permits are needed for that. An electrical and a gas permits are needed for that. If
Have you had this conversation with them? Because they seem to have a very different view of what needs to be done.
Yes, I have.
And I'm guessing that you have not had a meeting of the minds about what needs to be accomplished. I'm sorry.
That's okay, no problem. Basically, the city's position is not enough is being done. You know, the plumbing permit, one inspection was called in since October 7th. Other permits are needed to fix this. According to the plumbing inspector, it's a quick enough fix if they got a contractor out there to hook up the electrical and the gas. And they could even start that work prior to having that permit issued because it's an emergency situation.
You brought some tenants?
Yes, I did. They were
Why don't you bring them up over to your side and they can
Okay.
tell me what they want me to know.
Hi,
Can you tell me your name, please?
my name is Blair Brennan.
And you live at this property?
Yes, I do.
So tell me what's been going on.
I moved in April 1st, and hot water started going out in May. I remember it started with a full week, and just for the past 2 months, I'll give you the dates. October 10th, hot water off. October 11th, no water at all. October 13th, no hot water. October 21st, no hot water. October 23rd, no water at all. October 25th, hot water off. November 3rd, no water at all. November 8th, hot water off. And starting Friday, November 12th through the 16th, we had no hot water. So they are having temporary fixes, but it just keeps happening.
Do you have hot water now?
This morning, I did finally get a shower, yes.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to share with me?
I just wanted to let you know how consistent this has been.
I appreciate that.
Unnecessary and unsanitary. Thank you.
Thank you. And we have one more?
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, can you tell me your name, please?
Hi, yes, my name is Desiree Mann.
And you also live at this property?
Yes, I live in the villas that they mentioned. I just started my tenancy. November 5th, I received my keys. November 6th, I notified them that I wasn't getting hot water to my unit. I didn't hear back because they go home on the weekends until November 8th, that's Monday, to tell me that I should run the water for 10 minutes for it to get hot in my unit. It didn't. When it did, I sent an email, I believe that was, let's see what day it was. I let them know that I got hot water twice in the time that I've been living here. As of this morning, I had lukewarm water again in my unit, and it is because they're replacing parts and not the hot water tank. I've had to shower in my basin, or be at a family member's house for the 2 weeks that I've been living here. So it's been quite unpleasant. The tenant before me confirmed that he had a consistent issue with it. On and off, and on again, hot water. It's just, it is an issue of, sanitary. I haven't wanted to bathe in my own shower since I moved in, and so.
Thank you for sharing. What is the city seeking here?
Because it could be fixed, we're just simply getting a contractor out there. The contractor will come into City Hall, get permission to, an electrical and a gas contractor to come in and just get permission to get started, which that would be granted. The city's asking for the hot water to be fixed within 3 days because of how long it's been going on, or a $500 a day fine be assessed.
All right, I'll let you have the last word. It sounds like your tenants aren't too happy with you.
I'm aware of that. I just want to mention that we already filed for the gas permit at the same time that we did for the plumbing permit. So right now we have only the electricity permit that need to be done, and we can do it, like you said. I'm gonna call the plumbing contractor right out of this meeting to fix this issue. At this moment, there is a hot water.
The city is asking me to give you 3 days to get this fixed. Do you
Well-
understand that's a pretty quick deadline?
At this moment, the hot water is working.
Yeah, I think the issue, though, isn't that the hot water sometimes starts working. The issue is that the hot water often doesn't work.
Right.
And so you're going to be subjected to a fairly substantial fine if this thing keeps turning off. So you need to really get this fixed.
We almost there.
All
Actually, just to clarify, compliance would mean having the contractor come in and get permission from the building department to get the work and actually start the work. That's
Do you understand what the city's asking you to do?
Yes.
Okay. All right, in case CE 211-00394, make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient to find the property in violation of 18103G. Respondent has 3 days to bring the property in compliance, or a fine of up to $500 per day may issue. Good luck. I hope you'll be able to resolve this.
Thank you.
Number 93417 Pinewood Ave, CE 210902252. Number 93417 Pinewood Avenue.
They have
Come on
your,
up.
they have your contact information, right?
They do, yes, they, you talking about the property manager, sir? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Yes, sir, yes, sir, they do.
All right. I'm sorry, go ahead with the next.
That's okay. Joe Patrick, West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. This case is reference to a single-family residence that has been storing a large flatbed tow truck on the property and on the street and in different areas of the city for quite some time now. I first observed this violation a year or so ago and issued a courtesy notice to the tow truck owner who was present today. He moved it for a period of time, then brought it back. The tow truck continued to reappear and be removed for about a year's time. In May of this year, a notice of violation was issued. I spoke to the respondent, and the tow truck was moved from his residence in the immediate area once again. I later learned that the tow truck was being stored in separate areas of the city, which would still be a violation of the ordinance. So I closed that case out. On September 21st, I noticed the tow truck was once again being stored in violation of the ordinance. I issued a notice of violation via certified mail and posting at City Hall and at the property on September 22nd. Notice of violation gave the respondent 24 hours to move the truck, as past courtesy notices and a previous notice of violation have been issued, and I've had conversations with the respondent in the past. After notice of violation was issued, the respondent became very argumentative and uncooperative with several members of city staff and started storing the truck down the street away from their property and continued to do so since past the compliance time that was required on the notice. As of today, the property, the truck continues to be stored in violation of the ordinance. Basically, it's either being stored either at the property or down the street or an industrial area off 25th Street or some other areas of the city where it's not permitted to be stored. The city is asking for 10 days to comply or $100 a day fine be assessed.
Sir, can you tell me your name, please?
Mr. Mayor, I done moved the truck. I don't park it with inside
Okay,
the property.
well,
but-
first, I'm not the mayor, but that was kind of you to give me a promotion. Second, I need to know what your name is, sir. Your name.
The truck is right now is in industrial area park.
Special
But it's
magistrate,
just sometime when the officer drive by, is like when I stop by
hold
get a
on
cup
one
of
second.
coffee or something like that.
Sir, wait 1 second.
once he gives you his name, he also needs to be sworn.
Okay. All right, so let's start with this. Can you tell me your name?
Oh, Abdul Mullah, like Kiwi. Sorry, I didn't hear you.
And you're the owner of the property, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the city attorney tells me that you were not here when we started, so you were not sworn in.
Pardon me?
All right. Can you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be truthful and accurate under the penalty of perjury under the laws of the state of Florida?
I swear.
Okay. Go ahead. Now tell me what's going on with your truck.
Well, it's just sometime when I park like this to get something to eat or something like that. I don't know if somebody don't like me over there or like is like it become of like more of like his
So you're saying that you do not store your truck on the property?
no, excuse me. Is the officer like it become like he just coming after me like hard, like somebody is either reporting him every time I stop by my home to get a meal or something like that. He approached me the first time about not parking in the driveway. I stopped parking the truck in the driveway, but as well I looked around and I find it's statues that says it's no problem with my truck parking. It does not have no signs. It does not violate the limits weight limits, is a single axle.
Officer Patrick, what's the violation specifically?
Violation is 94-487B1, and the description of the vehicles that are permissive is located in ordinance 86-229. I have a copy, I have a paper copy of that ordinance here, if you'd like to see it, sir.
I would,
Okay.
since I'm having trouble calling it up right now. All right. So I think we're all in agreement that this is a residential area of the city?
Yes,
This is a residential district?
yes, sir.
All right, so you can park a pickup, a van, or similar type of truck not over 9,000 pounds. So is the city's view that this is over 9,000 pounds, or this is not a, or this is a,
Its license is insured, Your Honor. It is not heavy. The truck is a single. I have a copy of the title with me here. It don't have any commercial signs, no numbers, no nothing. We can look at those pictures and see if we have any commercial signs or in the truck registered to my name, not to a company, sir.
so I guess the legal issue that the respondent is suggesting that he doesn't believe his truck qualifies as a vehicle under this section.
Well, he's talking about a state statute. I'm looking at the city ordinance, and the reason why it's a violation of the city ordinance is because of the gross vehicle weight, sir.
I'm sorry, say that again.
The
You
gro-
think
the
it-
gross vehicle weight is what the city is, why the city is considered in violation of the ordinance.
And I still rented the place on 25th Street on a tire place, sir, to store my truck and park and everything. And like even when I want to get a meal, I park over there and walk to my home, 10 blocks or 12 blocks to get a cup of coffee or eat my lunch and get back to my truck. So I won't make him mad.
And the city doesn't have any problem if he's stopping home for lunch, grabbing a meal or grabbing a cup of coffee, but it's consistent. I'm in that area constantly, and it's consistently there for much longer than that, sir.
All right, so there's two things that I can figure out here. One is the city code clearly prohibits the vehicle. I'm not sure which section you're looking at, but this is clearly a commercial truck. This is not a small vehicle or even a recreational vehicle. This is a commercial
Your Honor,
truck.
what's the weight limit to park? As well as the statutes that it says like I'm allowed to park, even if it's classified as a commercial vehicle, I'm allowed to park one commercial vehicle at my home if it's in use and insured and
Yeah, where in the city code does it say that? Because I got it right here and it doesn't say that.
You want me to pull the statutes?
Are you familiar with what he's talking about?
No, sir, I'm not.
Is the
I
city
moved
attorney
it
familiar with what
already.
he's talking about?
All I want him to just leave this, to drop this and leave it, dismiss this. I moved the truck already, I fixed the violation.
Yeah, I mean, you can fix the violation by not parking the truck in a residential district. You could do that. I agree with the code officer that if it's temporarily there because you stopped in your house to pick up lunch or something, that's not an issue. The question is whether or not it's being stored there, which is a question of time period. In other words, if you leave it there for extended periods of time, that's essentially parking it there. Do you understand? What's the remedy that the city's seeking here?
It's not like stored or like even parked.
Well, I mean, by that definition, nothing is ever stored because they're cars and we move them, right?
Yeah.
But the question is how often is it ending up being there, right? And how long is it staying there? And the city's argument is that it's essentially being stored there because it's parked there on a regular basis. Now, I understand that life is tough and sometimes, we have to go home and do things, but I don't get to write the code. The city says you can't park these vehicles in residential areas, and that's a policy decision that the city has made. I don't get to second guess that.
I'm willing to comply. He can tell you every time he visit my home about grass or something, I comply.
Yeah, but it can't be the city's job to come around periodically and tell you to move your truck. You just have to figure out a way to store your truck on a more permanent basis somewhere in the city where it's legal to do so. Do you understand?
No problem.
All right, what's the remedy the city is seeking here?
We're asking for 10 days or $100.
All right. Or what, $100?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm going to give you 10 days to figure out what to do with your truck so you don't have to store it at your house.
No,
All right.
it's not at my house.
Okay, but I'm going to give you 10 days to figure out what you want to do, all right? After that, each time they see your truck being stored for an extended period of time in a residential district, you're going to be subject to a fine. So it's important that you make this resolution in the next 10 days, okay?
Okay.
All right. In case CE 211-00394, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient. Find the property in violation of, wrong case number. In case CE 210-90252. Correction. I find the property in violation of 9447B1. I find notice is sufficient. I give the respondent 10 days to bring the property in compliance, or a fine of up to $100 for each instance of violation shall occur. Good luck, sir.
Sir, here's a copy of your order.
You're probably going to want that back. I'm clearly going to have to read that section a little closer again.
Yeah, just be in contact.
Nah, I got it. The search, in the municipal code search, it's very finicky sometimes when you put dashes versus, yeah. Oh, yeah? Okay. Yeah. Then I will keep it.
Number 22-827 Ridgewood Drive, CE 211-00212. Number 22-827 Ridgewood Drive.
Good morning.
Good
Sonia
morning.
Bin, City of West Palm Beach, Code Enforcement. This property was cited on October 18. The property was posted and at the City Hall on October 19. Certified mail was sent on October 20th. The property was cited for codes 105.1, 18103B, 18106K, 7434A1H, 94462B1, 94462B3, and 9471C. I have made contact with the property owner. The property is still in violation for all code cases. Code 7434, except code 7434A1H is complied.
Remove the trash can.
Yes. He removed some outdoor storage, but there's still outdoor storage left. The owner is in agreement with the city recommendation, and he's actually in the process of obtaining some permits that he was cited for. The city is requesting an additional 90 days for the property owner to gain compliance, or $100 per day until compliance is achieved.
Sir, can you tell me your name, please?
Santiago Avila.
What's your relation to the owner of the property?
I'm the owner.
Am I reading this correct? It's a Villa Santiago. Is that you?
Yes.
Oh, that is you. Okay. So the city says that you have some serious work to do here. Repair roofs and walls, landscaping, trimming. I don't know.
Yes.
How is he supposed to resolve the hat racking? Is he supposed to replant those?
Yes, he could remove and replant.
And then outdoor storage. You understand all the things that the city's asking you to do?
Yes. Yes.
And you have the contact information for the officer so that she can know when you've completed this work?
Yes.
Okay, sir, I'm going to give you 90 days to get this all done. Do you understand that?
Yes. I understand.
Okay. All right, in case CE 211-00212, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient. Find the property in violation of all the listed code sections except for 7434A1H. Respondent has 90 days to come to compliance, or a fine of up to $100 per day may issue. So it's really important that when you get this work done, that you stay in contact with the code officer and let her know so that she can comply, because there's a $100 a day fine can add up really quickly if these things are not done in time. Do you understand?
I will. Yes, I understand.
Okay, Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
That's all we have for contested matters. Sir, are you here for a case? No. Number 3 is complied, 1500 Presidential Way, CE 211000096. Number 4, 917 Market Street, CE 211000002. Is Donald here? I don't see Donald. We'll move on to number 5. 712 59th Street, CE 210700294.
Donald will be back. He went upstairs.
City of West Palm Beach Code Compliance, Officer Robert Watkins. This property was cited.
Officer Watkins, can you talk into the mic, please?
Oh, it's so my bad.
No worries.
This property was cited on July 26th. Certified mail was sent July 27th. Certified mail was received July 31st. This property was cited for 74-4C-5, 18-106B, 94-71C, and 18-103B. Compliant violations are 18-103B. Remaining violations are 74-4C-5, 18-106-B, and 94-71C. The city is requesting 15 days to complete all violations that are outstanding, or $150 a day after.
So they fixed the roof,
Yeah, they put on a new
but
roof.
they didn't take the outdoor storage off.
And didn't do nothing else. They created more outdoor storage, actually, by storing the remainder of the tarp on the side by the excessive growth and all that debris and stuff back there.
It's usually backwards. They usually do the other thing and leave the
Yeah,
roof.
but this time they went straight for the roof and didn't cut anything, didn't move anything else.
So tell me about the excessive growth. Where is that?
Well, you'll see it on when the images rotate again. There's some on the east and there's some on the southeast side of the property. It should come up short.
Is the overgrowth on the fence? Is that what?
Nah, there's more. That was the easier part, but it'll come around shortly. Back there where they laid the tarp, and the next images you'll see more of it back there right now.
Okay, definitely see that, excessive growth. $74,4C5, is that the same issue with that excessive growth area?
Yes, sir.
And is the outdoor storage, is the tarp among other things?
There's tarp, there's quite a few things. There's ladders, and there's other images that have come up on the left side of that truck. There's house
I see.
tables, and the truck just recently pulled in, and there's a lot of stuff out there in front
Yes,
of the
there
truck
are.
where they store it.
Have you had contact with the owner?
Not at all.
Edwin Goldberg?
Not at all.
And service was done by, you said, certified mail and posting?
Yes, sir.
You posted the property on City Hall?
I posted the property, and certified mail was received.
Certified mail was received, okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why they did the roof.
Any reason, I guess this is just cleanup, right?
Definitely, that's all it is. Cut down the growth and just haul everything
Okay,
away.
we don't need any permits for this. Okay, so I was gonna ask you if 15 days is sufficient, but I
No,
think we can all agree that 15 days is sufficient. All right, in case CE 210700294, I make the following findings of fact and law. If I notice is sufficient, I find the property in violation of 18106B, 74-4C5, and 94-71C. I give the respondent 15 days to come in compliance or a fine of up to $150 per day. May I issue?
Number 4, 917 Market Street, CE 211000002.
Don Williams, Code Enforcement, 917 Market Street, was cited on October 1st, 2021. Posted this property October 29th of 21. Certified mail sent and received October 28th of 21. It was cited for 18106B, excessive growth, on 18214, secure the vacant property, and 18215B with failure to comply, and 94302A-4, which repair fence and wall. The only violation complied is excessive growth, which is 18106B. That's complied. All the other ones are still outstanding. So I'm asking 30 days to comply or $100 a day fine after that. I did have contact previously with the owner, but not concerning these violations, but a previous violation.
So tell me what the secure property issue is.
There's a window, broken windows directly. You see it? There's the windows broken open.
So the property's not secure as of today? There's
Correct, it's not.
Okay. And I guess the fence is I think you had a picture of the fence that was.
Yes, there it is.
Yeah, okay.
Open.
Yeah, all right. Don't need to be a contractor to know that fence needs some work.
Yes.
So you're asking for 30 days or $100 per day?
Yes.
And you said you haven't been able to speak to the owner of the property about the current conditions?
No, on previous violation, but not these current violations. I did speak with them.
Is there anyone living at this property?
Yes.
With broken windows and all, huh?
Well, the rear portion, that nobody's living in the rear. In the front portion, somebody lives in the front.
And you haven't been able, I guess they're not answering the door?
No, not when I'm there. Nobody's there.
And notice was done through certified mail?
Certified mail was received October 28th.
And you posted the property too?
Posted the property 29th of October.
All right, in case CE 211000002, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient. I have the property in violation of code sections 18214B and 94302A4. And 18215B, respondent has 30 days to bring the property into compliance or fine of $100 per day may issue.
Number 6, 228 Gregory Road, CE 2109034.
Good morning. John Frasca for Joe Oliva, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of West Palm Beach. The property was cited for no rental license, certificate of use, and evidence engaging in business. There is in the attachments, a copy of the advertisement on Airbnb. This is pretty much the same as a rental license, except that it's a short-term dwelling, which is required state license. The owner did make an application to the city and is in the process, but he's only missing the state license. He was notified on October 22nd by our licensing division that he lacks that application and proof that he has a state license. He has not since got that. I've checked in the state licensing to see if he made an application. There's no application made for that short-term dwelling. Contacted the state, I spoke to the state. I asked them how long it would take in order for the owner to complete his application, and they said no longer than 30 days from application, and they do not do an inspection. So it's a simple paperwork process and pay the fees. So the city is asking for a finding that he is in violation and that he has 30 days to comply or $100 a day.
So all he has to do is fill out the state paperwork, which takes less than 30
And pay the fees and give us a copy of that application, and then he's legal.
Well, that seems like an easy resolution here. I guess notice was accomplished through certified mail and posting?
Yes, sir. He signed certified mail. It was received on 11/12 of 2021, and 5 days later, he made the application for his vacation dwelling rental.
Yeah. There's bigger policy issues about how to deal with these things, but the code sections are pretty clear, at least as to this particular issue. In case CE 2109034, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient. The property in violation of the listed code sections. Respondent has 30 days to come to compliance or fine of $100 per day may issue.
Thank you.
Number 7, 316 Banyan Boulevard, CE 2110036.
Michael Williams, Code Enforcement Officer, City of West Palm Beach. Property 316 Banyan Boulevard was initially cited on 10/25/21. Certified mail was sent on 10/26/21. we do have a signed certified mail receipt on file. The property as well as City Hall is posted on 10/27/21. Property was cited for 18-106-A and 94-446-2. This is a property that's being leased by Chase Bank. I had actually spoken to the manager of the bank, who actually called to inquire in terms of, you know, what the violations entailed, and she wanted to get some direction on how to remedy the violations. But I did tell her that I was in contact with the company that's currently hired to manage the property, and so I had spoken with that company in great detail in terms of what needs to happen to bring the property into compliance. As of last evening, it looks like 18106A had complied, the clean and sanitary portion, but 94-446-2, the landscape maintenance issues, still remain, as there are portions of the landscaping that present as unhealthy and missing, and also there's some mulching that's required. So that said, the city would like to give them an additional 30 days in order to comply, or a fine of $100 per day be imposed. I've spoken with individuals from the management company, from the property management company, on a couple of occasions. It does sound like they do want to comply. They are maintaining the property in terms of, you know, cutting what grass is there and maintaining, you know, the shrubbery and the trees and so forth. But that said, there's still a lot of missing sod, and there's some
Presumably there
mulching
must
that's
be a
required.
I mean, when this was approved, there must be a landscaping plan on this property. right?
Absolutely. In fact, this property was brought to our attention by Ray Caranci. And so Ray indicated that it's not in compliance with the landscaping plan. And so that's what kind of initiated this whole thing.
Yeah, seems to me the easiest resolution is to look at your landscaping plan and go fix it.
Right, exactly. And so, but it doesn't seem like they are aware that there is a landscaping plan. So, again, the city would like to give them 30 additional days in order to comply, or a fine of $100 per day be imposed.
That seems reasonable to me.
Okay, thank you.
All right, in case CE 211-00366, I make the following findings of fact and law. If I notice is sufficient, find the property in violation of 94-4462. Respondent has 30 days to come into compliance, or fine of $100 per day may issue.
Number 8 is complied, 1319 Longwood Street, CE 21110121. Number 11, 526 48th Street, CE 21090380.
Good morning, Christopher Thompson, City of West Palm Code Compliance. Property at 526 48th Street was cited on 9/30/21. Notice of violation in City Hall was posted on 10/1/21. Property was cited for outdoor storage, trash can placement, trash and debris, and are also cited for work without a permit. As of yesterday, the property is still not in compliance. I have spoken to the owner, who is requesting an additional 60 days to come into compliance, or $100 a day until compliance is achieved. They did apply for the permit. It's still in process right now with the city.
So they began work without a permit?
Yes.
I think we can see the clean and sanitary, the garbage can still in view of the,
Yes.
yeah. And I can see the outdoor storage. So you spoke with the respondent and they said they needed 60 days?
Yes, because they weren't really sure how long the city's going to take to process this. So they're just asking for an additional time just to get the permit process with the city.
Any reason to believe that this couldn't be accomplished in 60 days?
No.
All right. And you said notice through certified mail and posting?
Yes.
All right, in case CE 210-90380, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient. I find the property in violation of the listed code sections. Respondent has 60 days to come to compliance, or fine of up to $100 per day may issue.
Number 12, 536 41st Street, CE 2110028.
536 41st Street,
Christopher Townsend, City of West Palm, co-compliance. Property was cited on 10/4/21. Notice of violation was posted in City Hall 10/5/21. Certified mail was also sent on 10/5/21. Property was cited for trash can placement and outdoor storage. As of yesterday, the property is still not in compliance. I have not spoken to the owner. City is requesting an additional 30 days to come to compliance, or $150 a day until compliance is achieved.
Chris, was the property posted?
Yes.
Thank you.
10/5/21.
Was the certified mail signed?
Yes.
And you had no contact with them?
I have not, no. Spoken to him, no.
Have they responded to the city in any way that you're aware of?
No.
And the garbage can still, at your last inspection, still visible to the public?
Yes, as of yesterday, yes.
And all the auto parts and other materials still sitting out in front of the house?
Still sitting, yes.
All right, in case CE 211000028, I make the following findings of fact and law. If I notice is sufficient, I find the property in violation, listed code sections responded as 30 days to come into compliance, or fine of up to $150 per day may issue.
Thank you.
Number 16, 429 47th Street, CE 210900157.
Good morning, Officer Levine, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. This property was cited for failure to obtain a rental license and certificate of use. Service was accomplished by posting on 10/25/2021 at the property and City Hall. On 11/1, I spoke with the owner and sent an application for the rental license. As of this morning, there is no response and no application in the system for a rental license. The city is requesting 30 days to come into compliance, or $200 a day thereafter.
You said you spoke to the respondent and that they said they were going to submit a...
Yes, sir. I spoke to the respondent and sent her an application for the rental license on 11/1.
So you sent to them the application for them to fill out?
Yes, sir.
That's kind of you.
Well, usually when we send a violation, we send the application with it, but she didn't have it, so I just went ahead and emailed her another application. And as of this
Presumably,
moment,
it's just a link on the city's webpage, right?
so sometimes it's easier to send it to them rather than them going to the link.
I don't disagree. That's kind of you. And what I'm looking at here is the advertisement for rent?
Yes, sir.
And that's current as far as you know?
Yes, sir.
Kevin, was the notice sent by certified?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. In case CE 210900157, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient. I find the property in violation of listed code sections. Respondent has 30 days to come to compliance, or fine of up to $200 per day may issue.
Number 17, 511 46th Street, CE 210900159.
This property too was cited for failure to obtain a rental license and certificate of use. Service was accomplished by certified mail, which was signed for on 9/30/2021. I did receive an application from the respondent and forwarded it on to processing. The application was processed, an email was sent back to the respondent, and there has been no response from the respondent because there's still a balance of $118 and no response for inspection. City is requesting 30 days to come into compliance, or $200 a day thereafter.
All right, let me see if I understand this one correctly. So in this case, they did file the application, but they didn't pay for it, nor did they arrange to have the inspection to complete the application.
Absolutely.
I almost feel like I'm getting a handle on the process here.
Beg your pardon?
I feel like I'm getting a handle on the process here after years of listening to you explain these cases. So you said you sent by certified mail. Did you also post the property?
No, because I got back the certified mail.
You got the certified mail signed?
Yes, sir.
Did you ever hear from the respondent about why they haven't paid for their...
No, sir. The only time I did communicate with the respondent is when I got the email from him stating that he sent the application to me, to which I responded and said, well, look, it's forwarded to process, and look out for an email with instructions on how to pay and for an inspection.
Well, you can only do so much. In This advertisement that I'm looking for is for the property in question being solicited for rent?
Yes, sir.
$4,500. All right, in case CE 21090159, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient. Find the property in violation. Listed code section responded has 30 days to come to compliance or fine of $200 per day issue.
Number 18, 1030 18th Street, CE 21090183.
This property was cited for failure to obtain a rental license and certificate of use. The property was posted on 10/25/2021. Certified mail was returned. I spoke with the property owner on 11/1 and instructed her to send the application to me to speed up the process, which she did. I forwarded it on to process, and they processed it. Sent her an email letting her know to contact me for an inspection and the link for payment. She did the payment, and I'm yet to hear back from the property owner with regards to inspection. City's requesting 30 days to come into compliance or $200 a day thereafter.
It's like each one of these is a progression. So now we're just down to the inspection at this point.
Yes, sir. It's difficult to keep up with all this stuff because, I mean, we send them the information stating, well, look, this is the process you need to follow. You know, there are times when I'm not able to follow up with them because I'm just dealing with too many people at one time.
Well, technically, it's their obligation to follow the rules, not your obligation to walk them through it. But I think members of the city appreciate the fact that that you would try to give them the tools to comply. I think that's helpful, and I'm glad that you do that. So in this particular case, all they really need to do is call you for the inspection, right?
Yes, sir.
Kevin, was City Hall posted too?
Yes.
Thank you.
So that advertisement I was looking for was the rental advertisement for this particular property?
There's an advertisement in there, sir.
That's this, 103, yep, that's us. Okay. In case CE 21090183, I make the following findings of fact and law. I found it sufficient. I found the property in violation listed as code section respondent has 30 days to come into compliance or fine of up to $200 per day issue.
Number 19, 319 Clematis Street, CE 211000054.
The business at this location in Suite 914, they were cited for failure to obtain a rental license. The business and City Hall was posted on 10/26/2021. I've had no contact with the business owner. The information about this business was received from property management. So the city is requesting 30 days to come into compliance or $200 a day thereafter.
So this is an office building where this is?
Yes, sir.
And this is a business called David Associates?
No, this is an annuity suites.
Annuity status.
Annuity status, I'm sorry. What happens when you write the violation and you print it out on...
It goes to the property owner.
It shows, yes.
And do we know if annuity status is active?
Yes, so that's the information that I received from property management.
So property management said that they are an active business in the building?
I have a list of active tenants in the building.
Kevin, I missed if the notice was sent by certified.
Notice was sent by certified mail and return, yes.
Thank you.
These are always tricky to me because you never really know what... Do we have any other evidence that this is an active business?
That's all I could go on, the information from the property management which I received.
I can look up a little if you give me a moment.
Was there an existing business license here that just wasn't renewed?
I am not 100% sure because I just went through looking for the name and annuity because they have it in alphabetical order rather than numerical order.
On sunbiz.org, annuity status LLC is listed as active at 319 Clematis Street, number 914, West Palm.
All right, well, that's two different sources that say this is an active business, so. I
And-
think on our standard by the preponderance of the evidence, I think that's enough. In case CE 211-00054, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient. I find the property in violation of listed code sections. Respondent has 30 days to come into compliance or fine of $200 per day may issue.
Number 2845 High Street, CE 211-00166.
Sonia Bin, City of West Palm Beach, Code Enforcement. This property was cited on October 14. Notice of violation was posted at the property and the City Hall on October 18. Certified mail was sent on October 18. The property was cited for 18106K, 7434A1H, 94482A, and 9471C. I have made contact with the property owner. The property is still in violation of 9471C, codes 18106K, 7434A1H, and 94482 are now complied. The owner is in agreement with the city recommendation and in the process of applying for a permit to enclose the carport. The city is requesting an additional 90 days for the property owner to gain compliance, or $100 per day until compliance is achieved.
So which ones are still an issue here?
Just the outdoor storage, that store in the carport. So the owner is
And they
planning
want to
on,
fix this by basically making the carport into a garage.
right, they're trying to enclose the carport, but it requires a permit.
And the city I guess they want the 90 days and the city is agreeable to that?
Correct.
Okay. Certified, notice by certified mail and posting?
Correct. And was received.
All right. In case CE 211-00166, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient. I find the property in violation of 9471C. Respondent has 90 days to come into compliance or a fine of up to $100 per day may issue.
Number 21807 Ridgewood Drive, CE 211-00211.
Sonia Bin, City of West Palm Beach, Code Enforcement. This property was cited on October 18. Certified mail was sent on October 19. The property in City Hall was posted on October 19. I have not made contact with the property owner. The property is still in violation for Code 9442C1. All of the other violations, 18-265, 7434A1H, 786-1, 78-6-5, 94482A, and 9471C are all complied. The city is requesting an additional 90 days for the property owner to gain compliance, or $100 per day until compliance is achieved. The only thing that's missing is for the owner to sod the front of the property.
Gonna sod the area where they were parking, huh?
Correct. Correct.
But they've done everything else.
Yes.
And they never talked to you.
No.
Well, at least they read your notice then.
They did.
That's a step in the right direction. And you wanted to give them 90 days to do the sod?
Yes.
You want to give them that time frame because they've been responsive to the notices?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. All right, in case CE 211-00211, I make the following findings of fact and law. If I notice is sufficient, I find the property in violation of 94442C1. Respondent has 90 days to come to compliance or fine of up to $100 per day may issue.
Thank you.
Number 23 is complied, 949 Ortega Road, CE 211-00338. Number 24, 817 42nd Street, CE 21090174.
Good morning, Natalie Clark, City of West Palm Beach Code Compliance. 817 42nd Street was cited on October 13th of 2021. The property and City Hall were posted on October 15th of 2021. Certified mail was sent on October 13th of 2021. The property was cited for 18-106B, 22-32A, 18-162A, and 74-34A1H. I've had no contact with the owner. The property has since complied with 18-106B and 74-34A1H. The outstanding violations are 22-32A and 18-162A. The city is asking for an additional 30 days or $200 per day until compliance is achieved.
So the only thing remaining here is the acquiring the rental license?
Correct, the rental tax and COU.
Yeah. So how do we know that this property is a rental?
The property was previously owned by Sarah Hudson. It was sold to SFRX to Miami. They have several of these LPs, Miami, Orlando, West Palm, and the utility is under what I'm assuming is the tenant's name. So I did check the City of West Palm Beach utility website. The utility is under an individual's name, and there's always a car there.
So you've observed that somebody's living in the property and the utilities are under a name different than the owner?
Correct.
All right, in case CE 21090-174, make the following findings of fact and law. If I notice is sufficient, I find the property in violation of 2232A and 18162A. Give the respondent 30 days to come to compliance or fine of up to $200 per name issue.
Number 25, 4004 Greenwood Avenue, CE 2110088.
Natalie Clark, City of West Palm Beach Code Compliance. 4004 Greenwood Avenue was cited on October 7th of 2021. The property and City Hall were posted on October 8th of 2021, and certified mail was sent on October 8th of 2021. The property was cited for 18-103B, 14-1, 18-265, 26-35B, 18-144, 94-273D, 31B3, 94-442C1, 94-442E, 94-482A, 94-487B1, and 94-6. I've had no contact with the property owner. The property has since complied with 94-273D, 31B3, 94-442C1, 94-442E, 94-482A, and 94-487B1. For code sections 18103B and 94-6, the city is asking for an additional 30 days or $100 per day until compliance is achieved. For code section 2635B, that's the repeat violation. For code sections 94-482A and 94-273D, 31B3, and that's under the previous case, CE 19010523. That was out of compliance for a total of 21 days. The city is asking for $100 per day at 21 days, which is $2,100. And for code sections 14-1 and 18-265, the city is asking for an additional 15 days or $100 per day until compliance is achieved.
All right, let's walk through this a little bit here.
Okay.
Because we got a lot going on. So the 18103B, repair
Yes.
roof and foundation, that's still an issue.
Correct.
And you observed rotten wood on the exterior of the
Yes.
structure? And you want to give them 30 days to bring that into compliance?
Correct.
So 14-1 and 18-265.
I'm sorry, for 18103B and 94-6, those two, the city is asking for 30 days.
All right, so this is... 94-6 is...
That is the restriction upon land use. So there's a garage in the rear that was converted into a third unit, which is not permitted. It's supposed to be storage or a garage.
So somebody's living in the storage building?
Correct.
All right. And so they'd come into compliance here by ceasing to use it as a rental unit.
Correct.
All right, so 14.1 is, I guess that picture of the chicken is what you were showing me there, right?
Yes,
So they're storing livestock on the property.
correct.
I also saw a picture of a boarded window. That's what you're talking about with 18,265, right?
Correct.
And so as to the livestock and the boarding, you want to give them 15 days.
Correct.
All right. Now you're setting them for repeat violation. Which sections are subject to the repeat violation?
94,482 and 94,273D 31B3. And that's under a previously cited code case CE 19010523.
All right, so let me see it. So it was 94,482A.
Yes,
So that was the parking issue.
correct.
And what was the other section?
94,273D 31B3, and that's for advertising business in a residential neighborhood.
And that was also previously cited and found in violation in a previous case.
Correct.
And for those two sections that constitute repeat violation, you observed that they were in violation of those for 21 days.
Correct. It came into compliance on October 28th.
Okay. 82,144. Guess they're operating a landscaping pressure wash business?
Yes. For that section, the city is asking for a one-time fine of $200. So it is on Sunbiz, and it's registered to that address.
And the city does not have a business tax receipt for that.
Correct.
All right, 94,442C1.
That's in compliance.
That's in compliance, and that's not a repeat violation, so
Correct.
we can just eliminate that one, okay?
Special magistrate on that, could I have a recess for 2 minutes to speak with the officer?
Yeah. Let's take a 2-minute recess.
Special magistrate, thank you. We just wanted to clarify and put on the record that the
Well,
prior...
let me call us back in order. All right,
Oh.
I'm calling this meeting back in order. Sorry, go ahead.
Special magistrate, we just wanted to clarify and put on the record that the prior case for which the city is asking for this repeat fine, the prior case of CE 19010523 came into compliance on those underlying sections on May 14th of 2019. Per special magistrate order originally entered March 6th of 2019.
And that's referring to the home occupation advertising and the
Unpaved parking.
Parking, right.
Yes.
Okay. Now, as to the driveway ones, 94-487B1, I believe you said that is in compliance?
The driveway disrepair, yes. So it's the same code section for the unpaved parking and the driveway repair. So they had two things to complete, the unpaved parking and to cease parking on grass. That's in compliance now.
So both of those are in compliance, though only
Correct.
one of them is a repeat violation.
Correct.
All right, I think I got it. Maybe. This is a complicated case here. All right, and have you had any contact with the owner here? 'Cause this seems
I have
like
no contact with
no
them.
contact at all. And you said you did certified mail and posting.
Correct.
All right, okay, in case CE 211000088, you're gonna have to follow along here, because this is the complicated one. I'm gonna make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient, and I find the property in violation of the listed code sections as follows. I find the property in violation of 18103B and 94-6. I give the respondent 30 days to bring those into compliance, or a fine of $100 per day may issue. As to, I find the property additionally in violation of 14-1 and 18265. I give the respondent 15 days to bring those into compliance, or a fine of up to $100 per day may issue. I make further finding that the property is in violation of 82144, and they issue a one-time fine for that in the amount of $200. I make further finding that the property is in violation of 94273D 31B3 and 9442A. I make further finding that those violations constitute a repeat violation under the code of the City of West Palm Beach. I find that those violations existed for 21 days and issue a fine of $100 per day for those violations, for a total of $2,100. I think that's it.
Thank you.
Number 26, 922 39th Street, CE 211000102.
Natalie Clark, City of West Palm Beach Code Compliance. 922 39th Street was cited on October 7th of 2021. The property and City Hall were posted on October 12th of 2021, and certified mail was sent on October 8th of 2021. The property was cited for 94-302A3 and 110.1. I've had contact with the property owner. The permit has since been applied for. It was applied for on October 12th of 2021. However, the plan review did fail on October 28th of 2021. The property owner hasn't responded to those comments, so it's still pending. The city is asking for an additional 30 days or $100 per day until compliance is achieved.
All right, so let me see if I understand this one. So they put up a fence without a permit. They were
Correct.
cited for it. They subsequently applied for the permit, but the permit was turned down, and they've responded to the issues associated with the permit. So I guess there's a conversation going on about the permitting process at this point.
So the building department did send email to the property owner to address the whatever issues they do have with whether it be the plans or whatnot, but the owner hasn't responded to those comments. So it's just pending till they respond.
So it's pending until they respond to the building department.
Correct.
All right, and you said notice was certified mail and posting?
Correct.
All right, in case CE 211000102, I make the following findings of fact and law. If I notice is sufficient, I find the property in violation of 110.1 and 94302A3. Respondent has 30 days to come to compliance, or fine of up to $100 per day may issue.
Number 27, 914 39th Street, CE 211000270.
Natalie Clark, City of West Palm Beach Code Compliance. 914 39th Street was cited on October 20th of 2021. The property and City Hall were posted on October 26th of 2021, and certified mail was sent on October 22nd of 2021. The property was cited for 18-162A, 22-32A, and 7434A1H. The property has since complied with 7434A1H. I've had contact with the property owner. The application was submitted for the rental tax, however, the inspection hasn't been scheduled. So the city is asking for an additional 30 days or $200 per day until compliance is achieved.
So they fixed the trash can issue.
Correct.
And they've applied for the rental license,
Correct.
but they just haven't gotten the inspection yet. Have they
Correct.
paid for the rental license?
They haven't paid for it as yet,
So
so
they have
just payment
applied
and
for it, but they need to
inspection.
pay for it and have an inspection.
Yes,
Okay. And you said notice was certified mail and posting?
yes.
All right, in case CE 211000270, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient. I find the property in violation of 18162A and 2232A. Respondent has 30 days to come into compliance, or a fine of up to $200 per day may issue.
Number 28, 3710 Greenwood Avenue, CE 211000406.
Natalie Clark, City of West Palm Beach Code Compliance, 3710 Greenwood Avenue. Excuse me, just one moment, please. I'm sorry about that, Magistrate. Okay, the property was cited on October 27th of 2021. The property and City Hall were posted on October 29th of 2021, and certified mail was sent on October 27th of 2021. The property was cited for 94-482A and 94-485. I've had contact with the property owner. For code section 94-485A, the city is asking for 15 days or $200 per day. For 94-482A, the city is asking for an additional 30 days or $100 until compliance is achieved, $100 per day.
So 9442A, the concern by the city is that they're parking on unpaved portions of the
Correct.
property.
And also for the bare landscape as a result of the parking on unpaved surface.
And 9445A,
So the garage is being used as a mechanic repair shop. So as you can see in some of the previous pictures, they pretty much just open the door, do the mechanic work from there, and then close it to hide it from the city pretty much. So as far as the inspection, I'm asking for the 15 days, at which point it'll be inspected. And I've had contact with the owner, and it was explained to the owner that the city just needs to make sure it's not being used as a mechanic repair shop anymore.
and the owner is good with that?
Yes.
All right, so let me see the remedies that you're seeking. So for 9442A, you wanted to give them 30 days, was that?
Correct. 30 days or $100 per day.
And for 485A,
15 days or $200 per day.
and all they have to do to comply with 9445A is show you that it's not being used as a auto repair garage anymore?
Correct.
All right, and you said the notice was certified mail and posted?
Correct.
All right, in case CE 211000406, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient upon the property in violation of 9442A and 9445A. As to 94-482A, respondent has 30 days to come to compliance or a fine of up to $100 per day may issue. As to 94-45A, respondent has 15 days to come to compliance or a fine of up to $200 per day may issue.
Thank you.
Number 29 is complied, 4686 North Congress Ave, 104, CE 210900316. Number 30, 1001 Green Pine Boulevard, H1, CE 210900359.
Good morning, City of West Palm Beach Code Compliance Officer Paul McFarland. On September 29th, the property at 1001 Green Pine Boulevard, Unit H1, was cited for rental license violation and certificate of use. Property as well as City Hall was posted October 5th, 2021. Certified mail was sent October 1st. Certified mail was received October 29th. I've since been in contact with the property owner. He has submitted application for the rental license. And at that point, he did admit to me that the property is being rented and occupied. However, fees have not been paid or inspections scheduled. I've made several attempts to make contact with the property owner in regards to the payment and inspection. With that being said, city's recommending 30 days to come into compliance or $200 a day until compliance is achieved.
So I understand correctly, you've spoken with the property owner, they have conveyed to you that they are renting the property, they have applied for a rental license, but they have neither paid for the license nor have they arranged to have the inspections required under the license.
Correct.
You want to give them 30 days or a fine of $200 per day, which is basically how we dealt with all these.
Correct.
Okay. And you said notice was done by certified mail and posting?
Correct.
All right, in case CE 2109039, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient from the property in violation of 18162A and 2232A. Respondent has 30 days to come to compliance or a fine of up to $200 per day may issue.
Number 31, 1010 Green Pine Boulevard, D1, CE 21090361.
Good morning, City of West Palm Beach Code Compliance Officer Paul McFarland. On September 29th, the property at 1010 Green Pine Boulevard, Unit D1, was cited for rental license violation and certificate of use. The property, as well as City Hall, was posted October 1st. Certified mail was sent October 1st. Certified mail was received October 12th. I've since been in contact with the property owner. At that time, he admitted that the property is being rented and occupied. They have since made application with the City of West Palm, but neither fees have been paid or inspections scheduled. I did make contact with the property owner yesterday, advised him that payment has not been received and inspection scheduled. He's in agreement with the 30 days to get everything into compliance. With that being said, city's recommending 30 days to bring the property into compliance or $200 a day until compliance is achieved.
Sounds almost like an identical situation.
It certainly is.
But at least in this case, you've had some conversations with them and they're agreeable to get this done within 30 days?
Yes.
All right. In case CE 210900361, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient. I find the property in violation of 18162A and 2232A. Respondent has 30 days to come to compliance or fine of up to $200 per day may issue.
Number 32, 2041 Ware Drive, CE 2110122.
Good morning, City of West Palm Beach Code Compliance Officer Paul McFarland. On October 7th, the property at 2041 Ware Drive was cited for permits required for fence and required inspections. Property as well as City Hall was posted October 12th. Certified mail was sent October 12th. Certified mail was received October 19th. Property owner has since submitted application for permit for the fence, but things are moving quite sluggish with the permitting process. So with that being said, city's recommending 60 days to come into compliance or $50 a day until compliance is achieved.
So this is just about putting up a fence without a permit?
Correct.
And they have applied for, and I assume paid for, a fence permit?
Correct.
Why 60 days is the...
Because I've had a similar situation where I'm waiting for permits to be approved and it's just moving slowly. So I just want to ensure that they get this thing issued without being fined.
So you want to make sure they have enough time?
Correct.
Okay. All right, in case CE 211000122, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient upon the property in violation of the listed code sections. Respondent has 60 days to come to compliance or fine of up to $50 per day may issue.
Number 33, 2035 Ware Drive, CE 211000123.
Good morning, City of West Palm Beach Code Compliance Officer Paul McFarland. On October 7th, the property at 2035 Ware Drive was cited for failure to obtain permits for fence and required inspections. The property, as well as City Hall, was posted October 12th. Certified mail was sent October 12th. Certified mail was returned October 13th. I've made no contact with the property owner. They have since submitted an application for the permit. It's the same situation. City is requesting 60 days to bring the property into compliance, or $50 a day until compliance is achieved.
So like the previous case, they put up a fence without a permit, they applied for a permit, paid the fees, and are going through the process of getting it permitted.
Correct.
All right. In case CE 211-00123, make the following findings of fact and law. If I notice is sufficient, find the property in violation of the listed code sections for found that it has 60 days to come to compliance or fine of $50 per day issue.
Number 34, 4009 Heath Circle North, CE 211-00159.
Good morning, City of West Palm Beach Code Compliance Officer Paul McFarland. On October 13th, the property at 4009 Heath Circle North was cited for obstruction of right-of-way and fence repair. The property, as well as City Hall, was posted October 21st. Certified mail was sent October 15th. Certified mail was received October 23rd. I have since come in contact with the property owner. They have come in compliance with the obstruction. The only thing that remains is the fence repair. The owner is requesting additional time because she wants to replace the entire fencing around the property. And we are in agreement of the 60 days to bring the property into compliance. So with that being said, city's recommending 60 days to come into compliance, or $50 a day until compliance is achieved.
So the fence was in such disrepair that it was leaning into the sidewalk area, the right-of-way. Is that what's going on?
She wants to replace the fence. So she's going to need permits to replace the fence, so I'm taking that into consideration. And she's also requesting additional time because she wants to replace the fence. Repairing is not going to be sufficient. It needs to be replaced. As you can see with all the planks that's holding the fence up, I do agree with the property owner 100%. So I'm requesting the additional time for her.
Okay. Case CE 211-00159, I make the following findings of fact and law. If I notice is sufficient, I find the property in violation of 94-302A4. Responded to 60 days to come to compliance or a fine of up to $50 per day may issue.
Thank you, sir.
I think we just have the other matters agenda, right? All right, we're going to take a recess until the other matters.